Hello and welcome to episode 11 of Let's Play Planet Coaster here on Theme Park Worldwide. Back in episode 10 I built a Schwarzkopf Looping Coaster with this Oriental theme. Thank you very much for your feedback. Seems like most of you enjoy what I built in the last episode. So yeah, thank you very much for that. It's always great to read your comments. I do read them all. I'll heart your comments. I'll reply to some of them. And yeah, thank you very much to all of you that keep them suggestions coming in for the park as well. In this episode I'll be revealing the name that I have chosen for this coaster. There was quite a few different suggestions from people, so as always thank you very much to all of you that come up with storylines and different names for things. I know as such I haven't gone for like major storylines with rides in this park, but that's mainly because of the style of it. It's a vintage park at the end of the day. It's old school, you know, and we're not sort of looking at big heavy details, stories or theming really. Now this is here what I'm doing in the Chinese area. I'm not going 100% detailed. I still want it to have that amusement park feel to it and putting lights on it and things and the big letters what spell out rides and all that sort of stuff. But there you go. Yeah, welcome to the episode. So what you're going to see then throughout this is me adding a lot of details to these buildings. Obviously we've got the Chinese station building. I'm also going to be doing a building on the station for the cable car. Along with that, we've got the little temple that I've built in the queue line. There's nothing inside it. It's just a building what adds to the sort of atmosphere of the area, so to speak. And along with that, we'll be putting in a food court and a toilet block as well. So we've got all them different buildings that are going to be done in this episode. Along with that, obviously, I've got the coaster what passes over the footpath over towards the ghost train area. So I'm going to be putting a bit of landscaping around there, mostly trees and some rocks around there as well. Like I said back in episode 10, you know, all the rocks and stuff around here are sort of natural. The coaster would have been built around them. They've not been put in after as scenery, so to speak. That's the you know, obviously yes I have built them, but I'm saying that, you know, they would have been there first and I've sort of built the ride around it. So that's why there's quite a lot of rocks. They're not fake ones like, you know, what I would use for some projects. You know, I'm trying to make them real and fit in with the area, so to speak, if that makes much sense. I just ramble on sometimes, don't I? I don't know if it makes much sense or not, but there you go, it does to me, and that's all that matters, because I've got the mouse and I'm the one building it. So as long as it kind of makes sense, you guys sort of get it as you see it, so to speak, you know, later in the episode. But there you go. Yeah, it's always great reading your comments. I love reading the comments on videos, and every day I'll dedicate that time that it takes to reply to comments and look at them all on all of the videos on the channel. New videos and stuff that I uploaded years ago, you know, I look at every single comment and it's great. Yes, it's very time consuming, but I love that. So keep your comments coming in, and yeah, I'll keep hearting them and replying. Some more details going on there. You can see, you know, it's not going to be like ridiculously detailed, this building, but there's going to be quite a bit on there still. I love the lighting, what you can get, like the Chinese lanterns that I've used on there. I like using these wooden beams as well, just to add a bit more to the buildings. Obviously that's not changed here. I'm putting those in as well. And yeah, in terms of yeah, the other building, what's next to it, you'll see me move on to that shortly. And they're all going to follow a similar sort of feel with the nice roofs, what we've got on, and the wooden window frames, that sort of thing. And yeah, like I thought I'm going to use them, see them pieces at the bottom there, like what I've got the green on. I thought, well, normally you'd have them holding up a roof, but I thought they kind of look alright actually, just like that. So I thought I'll put them in a bit lower down and not have them holding up the roof, just to be a little bit different. You know, you don't have to use the pieces for that. You know, it's only what they designed them for. You know, you can implement them any way you want onto the buildings. But yeah, I'm loving these Chinese lanterns just here, and I'm going to be putting some all around the paths and all sorts that you'll see later on in the video as well. But there you go. Yeah, in terms of the channel, we went to Thunder Park, a fairground in Stoke-on-Trent the other day. That was really good fun actually. Thunder Park, good fun. But there you go. Yeah, that was good. So make sure you check out the vlog from that. Lots of on-ride POVs, quite a few different rides there. It's always good to see the different machines that the travelling showmen throughout the the UK are taking to the different fairgrounds. We're going to Leeds Valentine's Fair this week as well, so that'll be something to look forward to, a brand new vlog here on the channel from there. Obviously Blackpool Pleasure Beach is opening, so yeah, very exciting. The blog from Blackpool's going to be coming on hopefully in the next couple of days from that one. So yeah, very exciting that the UK theme park season and also fairgrounds is kicking back in as well. That's what our channel's all about, whether it's a waxworks museum like Madame Tussauds, a mini golf, or a fairground and a theme park. Whatever it is, leisure attractions, we cover it here on Theme Park Worldwide. That is what we're all about. It might be in the title of theme park, but that sort of extends out to a lot more stuff. And obviously, if you do enjoy my content, I'm starting to cover a lot of not tourist attractions in terms of what relate to theme parks and leisure, but things like museums, tall buildings, all that sort of stuff. You can see that over on my second channel. It's called Adventure Sean, and I'm just about to start actually, well, by the time this video's on, it'll have started a brand new video series from lots of different sites around London. So if you want to see that, I'll put the link down below in the video description. It's called Adventure Sean. The channel's much smaller than this one. I think we've got about 13,000 subscribers on there, so still big numbers, and I thank every one of you that's gone over there and subscribed to that channel. But it'd be great to see more of you over there as well. Like I say, when I'm replying to comments, I start to recognise familiar people who watch my videos from Theme Park Worldwide over on Adventure Sean. So it's always good to read and reply to your comments. You can see here some more details going in on this, what I would call this, you know, a bit of a pointless building, so to speak. There's nothing in it, but I just like putting in pointless buildings because actually, when you go to some theme parks, it's nice just to have things to look at what build on the area. So yes, it comes across as, well, hang on a minute, there's nothing in it, it's a bit pointless, but actually there's a meaning behind it. Like, it's there, it can be part of a storyline. I know this ride doesn't particularly have one, but it could be implemented in that, and just general bits of theming around the ride. I mean, you look at a lot of Disney rides, for example, or Klugheim at Phantasialand. Yes, I know they've got shops and toilet facilities and all that sort of stuff all around Klugheim where Taron is, but quite a lot of them buildings are just facades, and even half of buildings, there's a massive sound barrier at the back of Klugheim, and they've just put all these buildings on the side of it, which looks great, you know, and you'd think it was a full building, but actually there's nothing in there, and they've used forced perspective very well there as well. You can see here more of the wooden sections going in, and we'll put a couple of windows on there as well. But yeah, let me talk a little bit about the future of this series, where we're going to be going next. So this will be pretty much finished in this episode. Like I say, there might be some more bits that I want to add to this Chinese section in the future. But the next episode, we're moving on to the pier. That's what this area just to the left is there on the screen. I'm going to be building this vintage pier, and there's going to be at least 2 attractions what I'm going to be putting on there. But it's more going to be, you know, a traditional pier. Maybe it was, you know, there before the park, and it got took over by the park's management, and they've decided to incorporate it into the park, that sort of feel. But yeah, it's not going to be themed, so to speak. It is going to be an actual real pier. We're not doing a Pixar pier or Paradise Pier as it used to be known at Disney's California Adventure. No, we're actually going to build a real pier. I want it to look a bit like the Blackpool piers, but not quite as, you know, tacky, so to speak, you know, like that, if you know what I mean. Like, they are a bit tacky, aren't they? I love the piers, but I want a traditional pier style instead of, you know, all the sorts of amusements and stuff like that. So following on with this park, really, you know, because it's very, like the landscape and everything, you know, it's very pretty to look at, and that's what I want the pier to look like as well. But there you go. Yeah, I do love the piers in Blackpool for what they are, though. But yeah, that's what it's all about. I'll be doing some vlogs there this year on the piers, something what I've never actually done. I've filmed bits here and there from the piers, but never done dedicated vlogs from there. So that's something that a lot of you asked for, so I'm going to be doing in 2019. I love these roof parts, what you can get just here as well. You can see me adding them in on all of these buildings. But yeah, you've got different sizes. I think there's 3 different sizes there. This is like the medium one that I've gone for. But yeah, like they're quite cool, where you can add them in all on the roof. I really do like those, and it makes it look more realistic. I'd like to do a proper theme park area actually in Planet Coaster using the Chinese scenery and what's available. I really would, and that's something that I'd like to do if I do this World's Fair park that I've been talking about for quite a while now, but I would like to do it as my next major project. Like I say, I've got this indoor shopping mall mini series coming up next after this park's complete in, you know, maybe 4 or so episodes time. That's just a random guess, by the way, but obviously it all depends how long it takes. For all I knew, it could have took 3 episodes to finish all of this area, and obviously I have a bit of an idea, but you know, I don't know for sure. But yeah, with what I'm planning to do, I'm thinking maybe another 4, possibly 5 episodes in this series, and then I'll be moving on and releasing the indoor amusement park, the shopping mall park that I've been working on for a little while. So yeah, it's definitely something to look forward to, and I'm sure you're all going to enjoy that. Now, over the past few series of Let's Play Planet Coaster, you've all done an amazing job of suggesting different names for the rides, areas that I've built, and yeah, I thank each and every one of you that has commented them over the years. Now, of course, with this park, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, I've not really gone for names that you know, have got a lot of meaning behind them, and in terms of like massive storylines and things. Like, yeah, I didn't want them to be too generic, but also I didn't want them to be too much either, because of the style of park. You know, it's an older amusement park, it wouldn't have massive storylines as such. But yeah, I've picked a name for the Schwarzkopf Looping Coaster. So yeah, like, it's come from a YouTube user called Victor Lindberg. I think that's how I pronounce your name. So thank you very much for suggesting this one, and it's actually Shenlong. I really like that, Shenlong. It just really felt like that fit the look of the coaster, and what I tend to do is I put all the names down. So I think there was about 30 odd comments where people had suggested names, so I wrote them all in a Word document, and then I looked at the ride itself that I've just built, and then sort of worked out which one fit the ride really well. But yeah, Shenlong, there you go. So that fits really well in my opinion for that. So thank you very much for suggesting the name there, and yeah, a big shout out to Victor, YouTube user, for selecting that one for me. Anyway then, you can see here that I've moved on to the cable car station, just working on that now, using the different features that are available in the game to make that look a little bit different to some of the other buildings that we've done, in terms of it's got some open spaces, but I'll be blocking in the bottom section of those with some fencing in a couple of minutes time. You'll see me do that. But yeah, again, this is probably the most different building what's actually going to be here, what I've done in this little Chinese garden area, or you know, Chinatown as I'm referring it to in the game. But yeah, it's a Chinese garden at the end of the day. You know, it's only got the one ride, it's got a few different shops and things, like I say, but you know, it's only got the one ride what's in there, and obviously you've got the transport ride, which is the cable car, which, you know, technically would you class that as a ride in the area or not, you know, because it moves between the two. But you know, whether you class it or not, there's still only 2 rides here, so it's not like a full area like in a theme park, so to speak. And that's what I said with this. I wanted to do a bit of a Blackpool Pleasure Beach, you know, and have themed rides as such, but mostly just landscaping around them. Like Icon's not particularly heavily themed, it's the landscaping around it. And that's kind of what I wanted to do with this park. And I know that I've got some buildings that relate to others. I mean, you've got like the little Swiss area at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, you know, where you walk down by the ghost train. Valhalla, there's a few different buildings around it and what sort of fit with it in a way. But you know, and then you've got things like flying machines and stuff what don't at all. So it's like, you know, that's what I wanted to do, create that sort of amusement park feel, but also have some bits of theming in and around the park as well. But yeah, so I'm just working on some more of the roof pieces. Falling in love with doing these Chinese buildings, really like these. So the plan is definitely when I do this World's Fair park, you know, if you hadn't guessed already, I will definitely be building a Chinese or maybe a Japanese area. But yeah, like, I'm really pleased with how these buildings are coming out here, and these aren't even particularly, I didn't put loads of time and effort into these because I thought, well, you know, I don't want to go too OTT for an amusement park, you know, so it wouldn't look very realistic. So yeah, when I add more details onto these and I put even more thought into them, I think these will look really good, really actually very realistic actually. So yeah, hopefully I'll move on to that shortly. But like I say, it all depends on how long it takes for these next few episodes to get this part finished, and I want to release this indoor part because it's something very different. You know, the 3 parks that I've done, the 3 different series now have all been outdoor parks, so this will be something very different. It's only going to span maybe over 4 tops 5 episodes, You know, so it'd be great to share that with you here, all on Theme Park Worldwide. In a couple of months' time, I'd say we'll get to that. Maybe a little bit sooner. All depends how quick I get these episodes done. Like I said, I don't like to rush things. I like to take my time. If you start rushing things, that's where you lose the quality. You know, so I didn't want to do that. And yeah, just adding some more detailing in here. I've not used these ones yet so far. All the patterns that are on them. Really like how detailed they are. And I just felt like they worked quite a bit with the station building. You'll see that I'm adding a few more details and stuff to it now. We've got the fence going in there around the bottom on the sides. There's the operator in there waiting for guests. You got a while yet? Not going to be any guests for a little while. But I will be reopening the park, of course, at some point. Probably going to wait until it's finished now. But if you do want to see me opening the park, check out episode 9, a couple of episodes back where I opened it. I know a few of you do comment saying, oh, you know, you should open the park all the way through. I physically can't because of how the computer handles the game, you know, when it's got loads of guests in. And it's already starting to lag a little bit now. You'll see at the end, I'm going to share with you an updated POV with all the theming and landscaping around the ride complete. You'll notice it does start to lag a little bit, so when you've got guests in, it certainly doesn't help it. I'd rather have the frames per second better of me actually building things and then open the park at the end than have to have all the episodes in a lower FPS rate. But there you go, a few minutes to go, like I say, and I'll share with you this POV of the finished ride with the landscaping. But of course, we've got this huge area over here now where there's nothing but coaster track and hills at the moment, so that's what I'm working on here. There's going to be no buildings at all around here. I don't want anything too much, but all these rocks, you've got the pond there. Again, that would have been natural. That was there before, you know, like a what would have already been there, a bit of a lake, and all the hills and things. You know, it's like the coaster's a bit of a terrain coaster at that point. I wanted it to be a little bit like Liseberg-banan at Liseberg in Sweden. I really wanted it to be a little bit like that, how it sort of follows the hill, and it's a beautiful ride. It's a great coaster, and it's having new trains as well for this season, which is great. I'm really looking forward to getting out there at some point. It wasn't on my 2019 trip video, just in case I don't get time, because obviously there's no new ride, so to speak, to go and see. But yeah, I'm sure they'll be doing lots of other work around the park, and if I do get time, I'd like to go, and I'd really like to take Charlotte actually out there. She's never been to Sweden. She'd love to go and ride Helix, so especially with the Loving Icon so much, which is also a mega coaster. So yeah, it'd be great to take Charlotte out there if I get a chance this year as well. Flowers. Now, of course, with this being this very picturesque amusement park, sort of modelled off and inspired quite a bit by the likes of Gröna Lund, Tivoli Gardens, and so many other beautiful amusement parks out there that have got flowers and flower beds and shrubbery and all that sort of stuff, then yeah, you know, putting in lots of flowers all around this area, mostly red because it's a Chinese area. That's the you know, the colour that this area follows quite a bit, isn't it? But yeah, I'm really pleased with how it's all coming together. It's them little details, isn't it? And in just a moment we'll move on to adding some lighting around, including some nice Chinese lanterns as well. That's the entrance to the ride queue line. I tried doing something a little bit different here. I used one of the generic archways that are used for like the Mediterranean section of my studios park actually, and then I've coloured it in black and red and decided to use the little topper there, the Chinese topper on the top, and put some of the decor on the sides. I didn't know if I was going to like it, but actually I thought it looked quite good, so I decided to duplicate that and also use it as the entrance to the cable car from this side as well. Add on 4 different lanterns there as well. They don't actually give off that much light, those red lanterns. That's why I've put quite a few of them up. But these do give off a lot of light, what I'm working on now. So here I'm building it out on the beach, as you can see, mainly because there's nothing else around it. And then I can duplicate it and put them in like I have done just there. Very, very bright, like I say, these ones. So I think I had 5 different sections in here around, just to, you know, brighten it up even more, and just add a few little bits in. I take a few of the lights out, what I'd already installed actually, to put these in, because originally I didn't know if I was going to go with these or not. I was thinking about, I had another idea of maybe putting them around one of the buildings, actually hanging from the building, but I thought, no, I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to have them going over the pathway. But there you go. It might have looked quite good on the buildings, but we'll find out if I do a World's Fair park, because I'll definitely add some to the buildings. There you can see I've got the coaster testing again now, just while I do some of the lighting. You got that flame effect, which quite a lot of you liked. I really liked one comment. It was like, we know this is going to be a good video because of that awesome thumbnail. So if it was you that typed that comment, I really liked that one. But yeah, you know, it's true, like with the fire effects, I think it's really nice and it's visually appealing. My creations in Planet Coaster, I like to keep them visually appealing, so you look at them and you think, wow, that's very pretty, that's very picturesque. And yeah, we're coming to the end of the episode, so we're going to have an on-ride POV, an updated POV of the coaster, so you can get to see it coming up in just a moment. Just putting in them little bits of lighting details, and like I say, you know, I'll probably come back to it like I will most of the areas and add a few finishing touches every so often. I still need to add bins and benches around some of the other areas in the park actually, but you can see that I'm just putting these ones in around the Chinese area now, around my Chinese garden, Chinatown, whatever you want to call it. But here we go, here's a POV from the top of that kicker wheel lift hill, where you can see the coaster in action again with all that scenery completed. There you are, making your way around the loop. Whoa, close head chopper there, good near miss element. Loads of those on the ride, especially now the theming's in. Loving that loop there as well, of course, around that lift hill. Round we go, another drop. Oh, another near miss caused by the track. Up into the mid-course brake section with a tight turn to the right. Oh, I love it. And there we are, round to the brakes. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode of Let's Play Planet Coaster here on Theme Park Worldwide. And yeah, have an awesome time. Check out the vlogs and I'll see you soon.